It's a crime to possess, supply, import or possess imported drugs in New South Wales. A prohibited drug includes MDMA or ecstasy, cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, LSD and amphetamine. There's a list of all prohibited drugs in Schedule 1 of the Drug Misuse and Trafficking Act 1985, New South Wales. What are the penalties for drug possession, drug supply and drug importation? Each of these drug offences carry heavy maximum penalties. The penalties range from Section 10 non-conviction to full-time jail, varying from a maximum of 2 years with up to $5,500 fine to life imprisonment with up to a $550,000 fine. The Judicial Commission in New South Wales have outlined that between September 2018 to March 2019 in New South Wales, out of the 6,151 people that were reported to the Commission who've pleaded guilty to drug possession, 1,967 people received Section 10 non-conviction sentence. Between 24th of September 2018 to March 2019, out of 226 drug supply cases that were recorded involving more than small quantity but less than indictable quantity cocaine, in the local court, 12 people received a Section 10 non-conviction by way of a conditional release order sentence, whilst 36 convicted drug suppliers were sentenced to full-time jail. These figures are just a sample. Much more drug supply cases are heard before the local court and district courts. The penalties vary depending on the weight category of the drug. Some drugs have the same weight categories while others are different. For example, for drug supply offences, amphetamine, methamphetamine, cocaine and heroin each have a small quantity of 1 gram, trafficable of 3 grams, indictable of 5 grams, commercial of 250 grams and large commercial quantity of 1 kilogram. MDMA or ecstasy, on the other hand, has a small quantity of 0.25 grams, trafficable of 0.75 grams, indictable of 1.25 grams and commercial of 125 grams with a large commercial quantity of 500 grams. The figures for drug importation weight categories are different for different drugs, ranging from commercial to marketable quantity. The sentence someone gets even after pleading guilty to a drug charge also depends on many factors, such as the quantity and purity of the drug, role and level of participation, extent of planning and sophistication, your vulnerability to drugs as compared to doing it purely for greed, drug addiction, your personal or subjective factors such as mental health, remorse, insight, and prospects of rehabilitation. How do you beat a drug charge, or how do you get a drug charge dropped? This will occur if one of the following defences to drug charges apply to your case. The drugs were discovered as a result of something improper or illegal done by the police to get to the drugs, such as an illegal search or arrest. You had no knowledge of the existence of the drugs. The drugs were found in a common area frequented by others. You committed the offence due to a duress or necessity, or the prosecution is unable to prove each of the essential elements of the drug charge beyond reasonable doubt. If one of these defences apply to your case, your lawyer can work out the best way to negotiate with the police or prosecution to try to get the charge withdrawn earlier. What are your options in court after being charged for drug possession, supply or importation? You normally have one of 2 options in court for a drug charge. You can either plead guilty or not guilty to the charge in court. If pleading not guilty, your case will ultimately get adjourned for a defendant hearing in the local court or trial in district court after all evidence is served. A magistrate or judge or jury will decide whether you're guilty or not guilty on the final court date, after all the evidence is given in court by both prosecution and defence. You'll be acquitted and the charge dismissed if you're found not guilty. You'll be sentenced if you're found guilty. If pleading guilty, your case will proceed to sentence where the magistrate or judge will impose a penalty. You should prepare your sentence well in advance to get the best possible outcome. This includes preparing any necessary documents, including a psychologist's report, character letters to convince the judge to impose a lenient sentence. By pleading guilty at the earliest time in the court proceedings, the penalty will be discounted by up to 25%, leading to a lighter sentence. Browse through this page for more information on drug charges, or simply call our 24/7 hotline to arrange a free consultation with one of our drug lawyers today.